Fuck. Damn it. Almost. Close enough. I went up to Philadelphia with some friends recently to see Auntie Donna perform live. They're one of my favorite sketch comedy groups. It was a real good time. I loved getting to meet them. If you don't know who they are, I'd recommend checking out their stuff. But what I want to talk about today is not the show that we went to see. It was the venue that we saw it at. As you can probably tell by my surroundings, I'm not a city slicker. I'm not accustomed to the rules and norms of inner city venues. So basically what happened was, when we initially walked up, I had this water bottle with me, because, you know, I like water. And they were like, hey man, you can't bring that in here, you gotta dump it out first. I was like, alright, fair enough. Hydration can be dangerous in large quantities like this, so I can see where they're coming from. Dumped it out, walked in, wasn't too big of a deal. So we get inside and I think, alright, might as well buy a water to pour into this one, so you know, I have something to drink for the show. So I go up and I buy a water bottle, which was $3, by the way. I pay for it, and the person behind the counter takes it, opens it, and throws the cap away and sets it down in front of me. Now I'm just standing there in shock, not quite believing what I just saw, and I thought to myself, well, maybe I just missaw what happened. Maybe they took off the cap for me just in case my palms were sweaty, and maybe the cap's just behind the water bottle. I can't see it right now. So I look, and it's not there. Now, I didn't say anything because, you know, I was just planning to pour it into my own water bottle anyway. But if I pay $3 for a water bottle, the least I expect is to receive the entire water bottle. So I walk back to my seat, and my friend's there who had gotten water before I got up, and he leans over to me and he goes, did they take the cap off of yours as well? And it was at that moment that we realized this wasn't just a fluke. This was intentional, organized malice. Now, at this point, we knew the how, but what we didn't know was the why. So we decided to do a quick Google search to find out why a venue would remove the caps from water bottles. And we found this website that listed the top 3 reasons why. Let's review them. Number 1, when a water bottle has a cap on it, it can be used as a missile. Now, ignoring obvious missile jokes, what they're saying here is if there's a full water bottle with a cap on it, it can be thrown during a fight or at a stage member and hurt them pretty badly. And if you take the cap off, they can't really throw it without the water spilling out. Now, on an entirely unrelated tangent, the venue that we're at was one that usually had the audience stand for the duration of the show without chairs. But this show was a sit-down event, so they set up a whole bunch of folding chairs for us to sit in. Tangent over. Oh man, I'm in the middle of a fight and I really want to throw something, but this water bottle doesn't have a cap on it. Oh, drat, I guess there's nothing for me to throw here. Nothing at all. I might as well just sit down on my unbolted metal chair and ponder this conundrum. Point number 2 is that bottles which have caps on represent more of a tripping hazard. And now what they're saying by this is if you have a water bottle on the ground, if it has a cap on, someone steps on it, it retains its shape and rolls, whereas if the cap is off, it'll just squish down, meaning you're less likely to trip. But as my friend pointed out, wouldn't water spilling everywhere from none of the water bottles having caps on be more of a tripping hazard than stepping on the bottle? How many people do you know who have ever slipped on an entire water bottle? I don't know any. I might have stepped on one as a kid, but that's all that comes to mind. I definitely don't know anyone who's been injured on one. And I think, how many people do you know who have slipped on a wet floor? Probably a lot more. I think there's a reason that wet floor signs exist and warning water bottle signs don't. And now the final point on this list is some people reckon venues do this so that customers are more likely to spill their drinks and thus more likely to Buy more drink. Well, folks, there you have it. Turns out the whole thing was just a capitalist scheme to scam people into buying more drinks. I have turned fully communist now, as indicated by my now red shirt, and I'm changing my entire channel theme to communism. So look forward to those videos. Bye-bye.